Today, we're going to talk about how you can scrape posts from a blog and then use AI to rewrite those posts so that you can then post that new content to your blog or to your social media or whichever other channel you want to post to. This is a great way if you want to sort of scale your content production without necessarily scaling your team or your costs. This obviously has to be used in moderation and responsibly. If you're sort of just generating junk all the time, then this probably going to be negative SEO consequences, and it's just not good practice just to flood the web with poor quality content. So I make this tutorial video more to show you at a high level how to do a process like this. If you're going into production or doing this for real, definitely recommend using more complicated data sources. So I wouldn't scrape a single blog and then rewrite it. I would at the very minimum scrape multiple blogs and then combine them into a master blog. So you are at least adding some value there. But for this tutorial, we're just going to keep it simple and we're going to scrape a single blog based on a spreadsheet and then pass it into ChatGPT, get ChatGPT to rewrite it, and then get the rewritten blog post back. And today we're going to do all of this in Zapier, just because I've been making a lot of videos in make.com and some of you have been asking whether I could do the same with Zapier. So today I'll be using Zapier, and also instead of Anthropic today, I'll be using ChatGPT because again, some of you have been asking if I could use OpenAI ChatGPT instead, just to show if it's the same. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So I've already built the overall Zap. So let me walk you through the key steps. Feel free to pause this video at any time or even watch it at 0.5x if you have any questions. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So it all starts with a spreadsheet, which is what a lot of my scraping automations start with if you've watched any of my previous videos. So the spreadsheet I'm using is this. So this is the same spreadsheet from my last video, which was around how you can scrape an entire website or an entire blog. And this is just like a list of all the different URLs to the blog posts on TubeBuddy. And we're using this as a starting point, right? And what I'm doing in Zapier is I'm watching for any new rows in this spreadsheet. So anytime I add a new URL, this Zap will run. It will scrape the page, pass it into ChatGPT, and then paste the rewritten content back here. So you can see I've already run it once, and this is the rewritten content, which, to be honest, I could just make some pretty minor edits to, and then post to my blog, which is why something like this is super powerful. Again, I wouldn't do this by itself. I would scrape a couple of different blog posts from different sources, different data sources, combine them together, and then publish it rather than rewriting one-to-one as just better practice. So yeah, first block is watching for new rows in the Zap. The second one is around parsing the web page, right? This is scraping the web page itself. So Zapier compared to make.com actually has a very handy parse web page block here where you can just put in the URL. So I'm putting the URL I'm getting from the spreadsheet and I'm passing it into Markdown. So this has the benefit over make.com where make.com just returns the HTML. Markdown is actually a lot more useful if we're passing it into ChatGPT or any other AI model. So I'm using this in Zapier. Again, it's not perfect. This one does a pretty good job, but if you want something a bit higher quality, you'd still need to use a more dedicated tool. So I run Dumpling AI where you can get content from the web that's clean for your AI automation. And we also have sort of web crawling, Google search, sort of more automated and advanced ways to get data into your automation. So if you were, as I was saying, doing this for real and you needed to combine data from lots of different sources, I would combine, let's say, Perplexity as well as an AI web scraper of different pages and that sort of stuff. But for this tutorial, the parse web page in web parser by Zapier is perfectly fine and actually quite powerful. So you can see here, I've done a test where I've gotten the post from the URL. The next step is actually just to pass that all into ChatGPT. So here is where you can be a bit more creative around your prompt. I've just kept it super simple, right? I've kept it as please rewrite the blog post in a more conversational tone. You can definitely be a lot more advanced here. So you might give the AI a bit of a persona. So you might say you are a experienced content writer skilled in producing long form blog posts that rank on Google as an example. And then I ask it to rewrite and I pass in the content from the web parser. And then this runs. And then finally, the last step is really just to update the spreadsheet row, right? So I'm just adding it back to this rewrite column here. So let's try this, right? Let's pick a post. So let's pick this one. Let's quickly go have a look. So this is the blog post, decently long, a lot of good content in here. So I would copy this. I would go to the bottom of my spreadsheet and I would add a new row here. And my Zap is not live, which is why it's not going to run automatically. So what I'm going to need to do, let's just run this manually then. So I am going to test this step, which should come in with the new content that I just pasted in. Let's see. Let's have it row ID. What row was it? 271. There we go. And then web parser. Let's run the web parser. So how to get first 100 YouTube subscribers. So it scraped it. It's looking pretty good. Are you a YouTube creator? Let's check. Are you a YouTube creator? See the end. So consistency is key. Let's see. It's got in there. Oop. Yeah, consistency is key. So it's looking pretty good. The web scraping did a really good job of just getting the blog posts and skipping the nav bar and all that sort of stuff. So it's really good. Next, we pass this into ChatGPT. So we just need to rerun this with the same prompt. So let me just retest this step. And this will be the longer running step. And then let's have a quick look. So this is the request. And then there should be the response. Yes, you can see from the get-go, like from the beginning, it's already different. So it's a really nice rewriting. Let's just push it back into the spreadsheet. So let's retest this step. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. And you can see it's already appeared. So it's worked pretty quickly. So this is the new URL I pasted in, and this is the rewritten content. So if I just drag this down, you can see it's looking pretty good. It's a bit, I'd say a bit short, but again, that just comes down to your prompting and how you want to write your content with AI. But yeah, that's basically it. This is the sort of high level process for how you would scrape and then rewrite a blog post with Zapier. Again, I would strongly recommend at least scraping multiple different sources, combining different data sources to come up with a new blog post. Because if you're doing just one-to-one, the quality of the output really just isn't there. So yeah, would highly recommend scraping multiple data sources, combining different data sources. So for example, usually I would combine a blog post as well as a YouTube video and maybe even a Reddit post and push them all into one blog post for ChatGPT to rewrite. If you would like to see me make a tutorial on a more advanced use case where I do stuff like that, please do let me know. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you have any questions or feedback, that sort of stuff, please leave a comment and I'll try my best to get back to you. And yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help me a lot. And I'll see you in the next video.